Dog Nation, what's up? Happy Sunday. This is Josh with the Governor's Bulldogs. I can't wait to talk to you guys about this Ole Miss game. Missed you guys, man. It's been a couple of weeks. Man, it seems like I have been sick, really sick, since the Bama game. And I've barely been able to talk. And you're going to hear that a little bit tonight. But this Ole Miss game was so incredible that I had to jump on here and talk about it. So I might need to get some water here and there. But just bear with me because we got to talk about this one. And if you guys have been watching for a while, like you kind of know, like I tell you kind of up front at the beginning of the video, like, hey, we're going to talk about some positives and we're going to talk about some negatives. And so today we're going to go ahead and do the positive stuff first, and then we'll kind of get into some stuff that Georgia needs to work on and continue getting better at going forward, and some concerns that we got going forward in the rest of our season. And we talked about, I think in the last video, how we kind of put things into perspective. Of where Georgia was in the season. You know what I'm saying? We had the one loss to Alabama. If we could win this Ole Miss game going into a bye, then we would still be in pretty good shape as far as reaching all of our goals. And Georgia was able to do that, man. I mean, we're going into this bye week. We've lost one game to Alabama. Florida just fired their coach. Everything that Georgia wants to accomplish is still in front of them. We can still achieve all of our preseason goals that we had set out in front of us at the beginning of the season. This team can do it. But you got to play good football. You got to bring your A game, and you got to win the majority of your games. Like, you might be able to drop one more, but that's it. And you've got to somehow find a way to get into the SEC championship and try and find a way to win it. If we go to the SEC championship, I don't care who we play. I mean, I think it's going to be Bama. But if you go to the game, I want to win it. Like, I cannot stand the feeling of making the SEC championship game and losing. It's just a terrible feeling to end the season on. But we'll get to all that at the end. All right, let's talk about Ole Miss. All right, so the Georgia-Ole Miss game. Man, what a game, guys. Like, so just exciting back and forth. Like, that was a ball game yesterday, guys. Like, that was a war. Like, that was everything I could handle emotionally as a Georgia fan. The ups, the downs, but the whole first half, Georgia could not get off the field again. Again with the third downs. We could not get off the field. Luckily, the offense was incredible, damn near perfect yesterday on offense. Georgia scored every time we had the ball. Every single time Georgia had the ball, we got points. Field goals or touchdowns. No punts, no turnovers, not a lot of penalties in this game. I think we only had 3 penalties in this game. So just a great game by the offense. Let's get into some of this and talk about it, man. We're going to do the positives first. So Georgia, 500 yards of offense in this game. Incredible. Came out of the game, started fast, kept their foot on the gas the whole game. Gunner Stockton was 26 of 31, 289 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 3 to Lawson Lucky, 1 to Nate Frazier, and he had 1 rushing touchdown. Played incredible, guys. Gunner Stockton, I told you guys after the Marshall game that this guy is going to continue to get better and better and better as the season goes on. He's going to get more comfortable. And with the zone defenses that everybody's been running against him, he has continued to get better and better, and now he's starting to pick them apart. We saw that in this Ole Miss game. He's starting to find out where the spots are in this zone, in these zone defenses. He's getting more confident. He's letting the ball rip. We attacked the middle of the field, finally, with the tight ends, and threw the ball with confidence over the middle of the field. Could not have been prouder of this guy in this game, the way that he played. And it comes out yesterday that he was banged up and didn't practice on Monday or Tuesday with an oblique injury. Kirby held him out of practice, said, hey, I'm not letting you do quarterback run. We're just going to keep that out of the game plan. And Gunner says, Coach, I've got to run the ball. My team needs to see me run the ball. And everybody has been saying, players, coaches, UGA, media, everybody that covers Georgia, this team embodies the attitude of Gunner Stockton and mimics his playing style. This dude has gotten his ass beat all season long and pops right up and does his job. He never complains, always positive, just goes out there and executes. And he has taken some shots this season, guys. Like, the hits that Gunner has taken this season is unbelievable. Unbelievable. The toughest guy I've seen play quarterback at Georgia since Aaron Murray. I mean, he has been getting beat up this season. It's just beyond impressive how he played yesterday. Gunner Stockton had 5 touchdowns yesterday. He only threw 5 incompletions. Carson Beck had 4 interceptions. And Miami lost to Louisville at night. Think about that. Think about the difference in these two quarterbacks and what Gunner allows us to do with the run game, being able to extend plays. There was a third down late in the game where Georgia is going into the closed end of Sanford Stadium. And Gunner rolls out towards the Georgia sideline, looking downfield for a pass. It's a broken play. And I'm screaming at the TV, throw it away, get rid of it, throw it away, don't take a sack. This dude turns around, comes back across the field, and gets upfield and gets positive yards for a first down. I was amazed. I was amazed, guys. Like, this guy's really making some plays with his feet, and he looks faster than he did against Marshall. Like, it seems like he's getting comfortable running the football. He's getting more comfortable at everything. But running the football, it looked like he had a little bit more speed yesterday, especially on the touchdown. He was running away from guys. And I didn't think that was something he could do, watching him run from the Texas and the Notre Dame game, like on to Marshall. Like, he kind of looked slow running, but yesterday I saw a little bit of speed out of Gunner. And it's impressive, man, the way that this kid is playing. And so we're 6-1 now? 7 games into this season. It's going by way too fast. Oh, man, it's going by way too fast. We're already 7 games through this season. That's unbelievable. But he continues to get better and more confident each week. And the offense has been improving, and things are looking good right now offensively. And I'm going to get to my main point. I got my last bullet point on the offense here in a bit. I'm going to save that, though. So for all the Mike Bobo haters and critics, you get to say nothing this weekend. We scored every time we touched the ball. This offense has continued to get better and better and better. And that's with, up until yesterday, a ragtag pieced together puzzle piece offensive line riddled with injuries. And Mike Bobo still found a way to get us to 6-1. Should be undefeated. If we would have caught the daggum football against Alabama, not turned the ball over, we would have won that game. We should have won that game. We just got to execute, man. Like, you got to catch the ball. When there's a play to be made, you got to make the play. Talon Taylor catches that ball, Georgia's undefeated. That's it. We didn't execute. It's not that Alabama was so much better than us and just beat us. They out-executed us. And I don't want to go down the Alabama road right now, but Talon Taylor catches that ball, we're undefeated right now. And probably number 2 team in the country behind Ohio State. But you know what? We got to learn from it. You got to make the plays. When the ball hits you in the hands, you got to catch the ball. But Mike Bobo, this offense has been getting better and better. The offensive line has been getting better and better. The receivers this season are no longer a liability. They're making plays. I'm just going to go ahead and hit on this one now. Colby Young getting hurt. Guys, I'm heartbroken and devastated. Devastated for Colby Young. I hate it. I can't. He didn't deserve that, man. As painful as I know as that was for him last season, to be healthy but have to be held out while all that stuff played out, and as hard as he worked and as good of an attitude as he kept all that time that he was able to practice. Well, no, he was held out of practice too for a while, but once we got into bowls, being able to practice but not being able to play, and just how hard I know that he worked to be in this position, to be a leader on this team, to be our leading receiver, man, it sucks. It sucks, man. That's just, I hope by some miracle he can get back for some playoff games. I hope we make a run and win the SEC, maybe get a bye, and I hope we can get him back. From what I heard, it's just a fracture. I don't know how long. I mean, you got to think minimum 6 weeks, right? Maybe we can get him back postseason. I hope so. He didn't deserve that, man. Mike Bobo's been great, though. Time of possession, 37 minutes. Georgia had the ball. 34 first downs. 6.4 yards a play. Man, it's been since the last time we played Ole Miss at home. I've seen the offense look that good. This might have been better. This might have been better here. Like, our best defense was our offense. Being able to run the ball. 34 first downs in 37 minutes time possession. That's unbelievable, guys. Nate Frazier's been playing better and better. Since the Alabama game, he's been playing better and better. and he's holding on to the freaking football with two hands when guys get around him and he gets in traffic now. Tight ends came up huge. We hit on that a little bit. Once Colby went out, those targets went to the tight ends. And they were making plays. Lawson Lucky had a day yesterday. His most impressive catch was when we were going towards the Tate Student Center. We were right around midfield. Gunner throws it way behind Lawson Lucky, and he turns around, gets parallel to the ground, turns around the total opposite way, and falls backwards catching the ball in front of the Georgia sideline. That was his most impressive catch. 3 touchdowns for Lawson Lucky. 1 receiving touchdown for Nate Frazier. Nate Frazier came up big in a lot of moments yesterday, guys. Like, I've been a critic of his. I don't think he's an elite Georgia running back. We've been over that time and time and time again on this channel. He's good, but he ain't none of the dudes that we name all the time on this channel. Playmakers, difference makers, game breakers. He ain't that. He just ain't. But he's been playing better. He came up big, had some tough runs yesterday. And I love it. Like, give us your best, dude, and just keep getting better. Don't fumble the football. He came up huge. Nate, we had to have him because Chauncey's hurt. Chauncey's had an injury. That's why he didn't play much against Auburn. Didn't get the start yesterday. Didn't play much yesterday. But the carries that Chauncey did get, he gave us some big carries. He gave us a big catch out of the backfield. We're using the running backs more, throwing the football. I like it. I want to see more of it. Dylan Bell comes up with another huge, massive game. Dylan Bell, man, there's nobody that I'm happier on this team to see make a big play than Dylan Bell, because this kid deserves it, man. He's just worked his ass off his entire career at Georgia. So talented, doesn't really get the recognition or the stats that he deserves. I think he's such a talented football player, and to see him be put in a position to make these huge plays, the catch down the Ole Miss sideline going into the closed end of the stadium was huge. The sweep for 22, 23 yards, whatever it was huge. Dylan Bell's been coming up big time for us, and we need him. Like now that Colby's out, Dylan Bell's got to step in and keep doing this, and I think he's going to. Zach Branch with some massive first downs again. Can always count on Zach Branch. That move that he put on the Ole Miss defender going into the closed end of the end zone, amazing. Where he just kind of hit the brakes. Ole Miss defender goes right by him. Zach Branch goes forward for a few more yards to get that first down. That was huge. What about this? What if Josh McCray didn't get that first down on 4th and 2 at the 50 on the second effort? Like, he was stopped. He had nowhere to go, guys. Kept his legs churning, falls forward for 3-4 yards, gets that first down on 4th and 2 at midfield. If we would have got that game's over. So thank God for Josh McCray. I mean, Kirby nailed it in the portal on that one. That has come up big time for us twice now, Josh McCray. Probably more than that. 2 that I can think of for sure. Chauncey Bones got more work than he did against Auburn. He looked good. Heartbroken for Colby Young. We talked about that. Listen, with Colby out, Noah Thomas has got to step up. Whatever the reason is that you're not on the field, you need to rectify that and start making some plays on this team. Why are we paying this guy $2 million a year for 5 snaps a game? Why? Like, dude, was the leading receiver at Texas A&M last season. He's got to be on the field more. He's 6'5". Throw him the football. He's got to play more. For that price tag, he has got to see the field more, especially now with our big body outside wide receiver hurt. We need more return on our $2 million investment. Period. This guy's got to see the field more. He's got to produce. So whenever he's not playing, that needs to get corrected right now in this bye week. And I need to see number 5 on the field, making plays, big time catches, cashing in, and scoring touchdowns for the Dogs in the red zone. 6'5", leading wide receiver at Texas A&M last year. We're paying $2 million a year for plays, for production, for productivity. I need to see it, man. $2 million? Shit, pay me $2 million. I'll go make some plays right now. 5'8", 178. I'll go out there and make some goddamn plays for $2 million a year. I promise you that. All right, my favorite part of this whole thing, guys, the offensive line played their best game of the whole season. Ernest Green came up huge yesterday. Guys, Ernest Green, I cannot be more excited about this. Because on this channel for a year, I've been asking everybody, when's the last time that we have seen Ernest Green play good football at the right tackle spot for Georgia? And we came up as a consensus, it was the Alabama game last year. Since then, Ernest Green ain't looked good. He wasn't himself, wasn't healthy, whatever the case may be. There was nobody happier to see Ernest Green play big-time football yesterday than me. Guys, I was thrilled. When he went out there, I was happy. I was like, all right, Ernest is out there. Hopefully we can stay. I was hoping to get, just steady. Just stabilize the line. But he played well. From what I could tell yesterday, played really well, man. Protected well. The offensive line as a unit played their best game of the season yesterday. I could not be more excited about that. The O-line played incredible, guys. Incredible yesterday. I don't know if we might have gave up a sack, one. Gunner does run around a lot back there, though. But I thought we pass protected so much better in this game. And if we give our quarterback time, he can make plays, especially now that he's getting his confidence up. This is looking good. The offense is looking good. If the O-line, if Ernest Green can play like that for the rest of the season, guys, we are a playoff team all day. If the O-line can play the way they played yesterday the rest of the season, we might not lose another game. We might go 11-1 going into Atlanta. If we play like that, if we stay healthy, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit, because the whole problem the first half against Auburn, we couldn't block anybody. We didn't have a healthy tackle. That's the whole reason we were a disaster in the first half against Auburn. We get healthy on the O-line. We got 2 healthy tackles. And guys, that's what is so frustrating. Like the one spot you cannot be hurt on the offensive line is tackle. And we're down to our 5th tackle. Like we've got 2 guys, 2 veterans that have played good football. They're banged up and hurt. Man, it was such a relief. Like nothing made me happier than to see Ernest Green playing good football. Juan Gaston rotating in. Dontrell Glover playing well. Monroe still a little bit banged up, playing well. Drew Bobo's playing his ass off, giving us everything he's got all season long. Drew's been a staple. He's been solid for us. Unbelievable. I could not be happier with the offensive line performance, with the offensive performance. Couldn't be happier with Mike Bobo. And, man, I just want to say this. We're about to get into the negatives here now, and I'm going to complain a little bit. But the Mike Bobo thing has never made, and I'm just going to tell you my opinion, has never made sense to me. This is going all the way back to 2011, 2012. How somebody who has given so much to the University of Georgia, high school football here, came to college here, was a 4-year player here, leaves, becomes the quarterback's coach, the offensive coordinator for how many seasons? 15? Or how long was Rick here? 15 seasons. From 01 to 50, and Bobo came in what, 05? So 10 years. 10 years as a coach, 4 as a quarterback. And that's before he came back with Kirby Smart. And now he's been here, what, 1, 2, 3? 20-something years of giving everything you got all day, every day. Man, do you know how much time goes into being a student athlete, a quarterback, a quarterback's coach, an offensive coordinator? You know how many hours, blood, sweat, and tears Mike Bobo has put in to the University of Georgia to be treated the way he gets treated by his own fans? Like, dude, that's so messed up. That's so messed up. Listen, Bobo has moments. And I'm giving it to you straight. I'm giving it to you real. I bitch about Mike Bobo. But he's got to do something daggum wrong for me to do it. When he does those series where it just makes no sense, the screen pass outside for nothing, the run up the middle for nothing, and then the obvious third down pass for nothing, like I complain and gripe about that too. And Mike, what are you doing? Like here we go with the Mike Bobo typical 3 and out. Like, yeah, I'll say something too. But, man, I'm not on this guy complaining, 24/7 about how terrible Mike Bobo is, because he's not. The numbers have proven his whole career he's not what Georgia fans say he is. Is he Todd Monken? No. He's not. We're never getting another Todd Monken. You can put that out of your mind right now. Todd Monken is gone. He's never coming back. We're never going to have another one. Those days are over. It's gone. Goodbye. Kiss goodbye. It is like an ex-girlfriend from high school that got away. She is gone. She ain't never coming back. Enjoy the memories that you had, because it's over. Todd Monken has never stayed anywhere in his whole entire 35, 40-year career of coaching. Never been anywhere more than 3 years. That's just what he does. I enjoyed the time that we had with him. Mike Bobo ain't never going to be that. But for somebody that's given 20 years of all day, every day to UGA, I just can't do him like that. Like, yeah, I'll complain a little bit whenever he messes up. Like, in his bad moments, it can be frustrating. I'm with y'all on that. But saying that he's terrible, needs to be fired, we could find a better, anybody could call better plays than him. No, bullshit. Bullshit. Like, the guy under Rick averaged, 40-something points a game, the highest points per game ever under Georgia. And with the offensive line issues that we've had this season, I think he's done a pretty damn good job. Yesterday was perfect. He called a perfect game. He called a perfect game yesterday. If Noah Thomas wouldn't have gotten the pass interference down there on the 5-yard line, we might have only kicked one field goal. He called a perfect game. I got to give him credit. And, man, like, seriously, guys, 20 years of giving everything you got at Georgia. Like, what have y'all given to Georgia? Like I feel like I'm a, above average Georgia fan. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not some huge booster or somebody that gives all their time to it. Like, I got a normal job, but I try to go to 4 games a year. I buy all their Georgia apparel. I make podcasts and stuff about it, watch every game, cheer for them. When I go to the stadium, I make as much noise as humanly possible, something a lot of Georgia fans don't do. But it's like, dude, like, I don't know. Who are we to complain about a guy that's given 20 years of all day, every day, his whole life to Georgia? Man, that just doesn't make no sense to me. Why he gets treated the way he does. All right, let's move on. Defense, here we go. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. This might be the worst defense I've seen under Kirby Smart. Like, it might be worse than this or 2016. Like, this is bad. This is horrendous. Horrendous defense here. 3rd down. Hell, 2nd down. Like, them being in 3rd and short all game long was a problem. But the 3rd down, not being able to get off the field on 3rd down is atrocious. DeMello Jones and Ellis Robinson are getting baptized by fire right now. Like, they are getting thrown into the thick of SEC competition with really good wide receivers out there on the ends for these other teams. They're doing the best they can. They're learning on the job right now. And hats off to Kirby Smart for throwing the young guys that you paid a lot of money for out there to get better. And they have been getting better. DeMello's gotten better every single game, for sure. Ellis gets beat a lot, and he gives way too much freaking cushion. There was a play in the 3rd quarter, man, where Ellis Robinson, no lie, was 13 yards away. Was that the one they scored on? I don't remember if it was or not, but there was a play in the 3rd quarter. Ellis was there, 13 yards away from the guy. Just gave him the 1st down. I don't think it was the one they scored on. Can't get off the field on 3rd down. And the thing that I notice watching this defense, like, I've watched every Georgia game going back to, I know for sure I've seen every single game since 2011 on. We just don't have any playmakers. Like, we don't have that guy. Like, we don't have a guy that's him, as people say nowadays. Like, we don't have that alpha male, that bona fide playmaker on defense, dude. Like, we do not have, like, who steps up and make plays on 3rd down and shuts drives down? Nobody. We ain't got no Jarvis Jones, no Leonard Floyd, no Lorenzo Carter. A damn sure ain't got no Roquan Smith. No, nothing. Jarvis Jones, no, nothing like that. Dude, I would give anything. We need to take the $2 million that we gave to Noah Thomas and find some daggone pass rush is what we need to do. The no sacks thing, I'm so sick of the Georgia narrative on the no sacks. going back to Kirby's entire time here. All the way back to 2018, I remember I was complaining about this on YouTube. It makes no sense why we don't emphasize sacking the quarterback. If you hit him, you can make him fumble, and it ends drives. Like, it makes no sense. I would do anything for a Davin Bellamy on this team. Something, some kind of production from the defensive ends and outside linebackers. Chris Cole ain't it. He whiffed on that one in the first half. Had a clean path to the quarterback. Doesn't even put a paw on him. Whiffed totally. Like, we can't. But that's why the secondary's struggling so much. Man, these quarterbacks have got all day long, and it is beyond frustrating. I'm not used to watching Georgia defense with no pass rush. Like, and our interior defensive line's playing the run great, but we don't have that big body to get pushed up the middle either right now. Like, man, even a John Atkins, shit, would be amazing right now to have a John Atkins. It's just so frustrating, guys. It's just so frustrating to watch Ole Miss dog walk that defense up and down the field, having their way with our guys. Like, I'm not used to watching Georgia just get eviscerated on the defense like that. Now, salute to them and hats off. They got the 3 stops they needed to win the game in the fourth quarter. This is the most resilient team. They kept saying it yesterday on the broadcast. And normally I don't care what the broadcast people say. They have a lot of talking points that don't make a lot of sense sometimes. Like, they don't watch Georgia football, SEC football. I don't even think college football the way that we do, that the fans that are addicted to football, that live for this. Like, I don't feel like they follow our team that way. I mean, they don't. But Georgia is the most resilient team in college football. They never quit. They never stop playing. They believe in themselves. If they get down, it doesn't matter. Like, Kirby Smart always saying the scoreboard doesn't matter. Like, the team really believes that. The team really embodies Gunner Stockton. They're tough as hell. They get hit. They get their butts whooped. They get up. They keep fighting. They keep scratching. They keep clawing. And they find ways to win football games. Different ways to win football games. It's always something different. Guys, the amount of ways that I have watched Georgia win games the past 3 seasons, since we've fallen off from 22 on, the 2023 team to now, the way that I've seen us win games, guys, it's incredible. It's just, it's amazing. Like, this is the most exciting team in America to watch, by far. The cardiac workout you get being a Georgia fan is second to none. It's the roller coaster ride of emotions you are going to experience as a Georgia fan. It's second to none. You will not find another team in America that does this to their fan base. The up and down, highs and lows, the anxiety, the not being able to stop them, to the offense just humming and clicking to keeping us in the game, to finally, I was so relieved when we got that stop finally yesterday in the fourth quarter and the crowd comes to life. Man, shout out to those guys right there. Sanford Stadium crowd. Boy, man, you guys showed out yesterday. I was over at my dad's house watching the game. Kirk Herbstreit says before the game, Kirby Smart has called on this Georgia crowd to be the loudest Georgia crowd ever. And I said, I'll be the judge of that. I'll let you know if it's loud or not. My dad's like, how the hell are you going to know how loud it is? I'm like, dude, I can tell through the TV. I'm going to tell you. I'll let you know if it's loud or not. And it was, I mean, it was loud. It wasn't anything, earth-shattering, because Ole Miss is having their way with us. I don't blame the fans. Man, that's hard. Ole Miss was killing us. But when we got that stop and they came back out onto the field, that was deafening. Like, it was loud. Through the TV, it was extremely loud. I was texting people that were at the game. They were like, oh, yeah, it's rocking now. Like, it hurts my ears. This place is jumping. You can't hear nothing. Salute to the Sanford Stadium crowd. Like, Georgia fans always step up big and answer the call when you need them to. That's one thing I love about this fan base, man. Like, yes, there's some stuff every college football program can work on. There's stuff Georgia can work on. I mean, I don't know. It just pisses me off when I go to games and I sit right here. No. When I sit right down here on the season ticket holder side, and I'm screaming my butt off as loud as humanly possible, losing my voice, and I'm trying to get everybody around me pumped up. Not get the people within arm's reach. I mean, They got no choice. Like, if you're around me, you're going to have a good time. You're going to yell. And I just look around, within my vicinity, and I see, people that paid hundreds, thousands of dollars to get into this game, and they're just sitting there not screaming, not even screaming at the Alabama game. It made no sense to me. Like, if the team's out there fighting against a team that we can't beat, we should be all collectively as a group making it as hard as humanly possible on Alabama to operate. And we got thousands of people standing around not making any noise, and then you got the diehard, crazy people like me losing their voice, giving it everything they got. If it was everybody together, man, it'd be unbelievable, because not everybody in any stadium yells, but like at Georgia, man, I don't know. I need to go to a Tennessee game. Like, when I went to Tuscaloosa last year, everybody was yelling. Everybody I could see that was a Bama fan was yelling. And I'm just keeping it real with y'all and giving y'all facts, man. Like, Alabama does it right. They do. From top to bottom. Campus, game day experience, the buses that take them to the stadium experience, the 4 TVs. The only thing that sucked about Tuscaloosa was the bathtubs that you pee in as a guy. It's absolutely disgusting. But other than that, everything first rate. Fans first rate. Everybody yelling. Everybody engaged in the game. Loud as can be. Air buzzing. Couldn't hear nothing the whole time. And the Georgia Bam game, it just wasn't that, man. It wasn't that. Like, it just wasn't. I'm just being honest with you guys. They got a leg up on us. A game day experience. They do. Hopefully we'll get to rectify that. Like I said, if this offensive line can play the way they played in this game, like, Georgia's not going to lose again. If that offensive line plays like that, we're not losing. But let's talk about this, and then we'll wrap up here. So we come back from the bye. We're going to play Florida with a fired coach, an interim. That somewhat worries me. It somewhat doesn't, because when these teams get an interim coach, sometimes it reinvigorates the team, gives the program some life. We can't have that. We cannot lose to Florida. Cannot do it. You got to go down there with your A-plus ball game and just beat Florida into the ground. Like a bone-crushing 42-10. Just whoop them. Like, you're the better team, got the better roster, they got a fired coach. Like, go down there and just crush Florida. They're down right now. I got no sympathy for Florida. All the bad Florida, Florida games I've watched in my life of us having the better team and going down there and losing and heartbreaking. I got no sympathy for Florida while they're down. Crush them. 42-10, shut them out. You got to handle business down there. So we got Florida. We got Mississippi State somewhere in there. I need to pull this up. But we got Mississippi State somewhere in there. That game, you got to play your best in all these games. Like, Georgia's not good enough and dominant enough with good enough players. Like we talked about, we have zero pass rush or alpha dogs, playmakers, nobody to shut down drives on defense. So all of these games, every single game remaining worries me except for the Charlotte game. The Mississippi State game, probably going to be a night game. That team can beat good teams. I mean, they beat Arizona State, who was ranked inside the top 15. You got to go out there and play your best. Texas, like, the Texas offense has been abysmal, but they've been getting better. Like, listen, I hate Texas. My most hated SEC team is Tennessee, and it's because of the Tennessee fans. It has nothing to do with Coach Heupel. It has nothing to do with the Tennessee players. It's not even all the Tennessee fans. But the Tennessee fans that are bad make me hate Tennessee more than any other SEC school by far. And I've got one good friend that's a Tennessee fan that I feel bad that I hate her team that much, but I just do. But I cannot stand Texas either. And it's not Sark. It's not the players. It's not the program. It's not Bevo. It's not because we lost to them in the Sugar Bowl. It's none of that. The Texas fans online are a miserable bunch of humans to coexist with. And Oklahoma fans warned us about this when we played them in the Rose Bowl in 2017. I guess it was 2018 when we played them. But they told us, they're like, are you guys complaining about us? You think we're bad? Meet a Texas fan. And Oklahoma fans were absolutely correct about that. I cannot stand Texas because of their fans. Texas's offense has been getting better. Texas has a legit defense. We get them at home. I like Georgia in that game. I do. I like Georgia in that game. I like Georgia against Florida. I like Georgia against Mississippi State. The only way the Texas game would worry me is if we get the bad first half version of Georgia and Art somehow starts clicking in front of our home crowd. But I mean, I don't know. I can't see that happening as of now. I'm trying to be prepared for everything. Like if they keep improving, Arch keeps getting better and get some confidence between now and that game, which is November 15th, around there somewhere. So pretty much a month away, 30 days. A lot can change in 30 days. A lot can change in 3 or 4 weeks. If they keep getting better, that game's going to be a challenge. I mean, they've got a good defense, so that's a game to be worried about. Mississippi State, we should handle business. I think we will. You just can't get caught slipping in any of these. I'm not going to lie to y'all, though. Georgia Tech's undefeated. Georgia Tech is undefeated. They handled us for 3.5 quarters last year. They want their lick back. They want their lick back. They hate us. Brent Key and Georgia Tech and the seniors on this on that Georgia Tech team want this Georgia team worse than they want a national championship. I promise y'all that. I promise y'all that. That's how bad they hate UGA. That is the most important game of the season. I guarantee they've had it circled since December of last year. They've been putting in work to beat Georgia. To go into Atlanta and beat you in front of a national audience. They are 7-0. That game worries me. If I had to bet money right now that on which game Georgia, say it was guaranteed Georgia was going to lose one more game, and we all had to randomly pick, which game would you put money on that Georgia's going to lose? It'd be the Georgia Tech game. That game worries me. They better not have a freaking bye before that game again, too, like they did last year. What is with all these other teams getting byes the week before they play Georgia? That's got to stop. That ain't fair. That's bullshit. The bye week before you play Georgia, Auburn this year, Texas last year. We may have had a bye, too. Georgia Tech last year. Like, all these teams getting byes and having 2 weeks to prepare for us, and we don't. No, that's got to change. That has got to stop. That's got to stop. Both teams should get a daggone bye, and that's it. Just like this week, we got a bye, Florida's got a bye. That's it. But the multiple times a season of other programs getting to have a bye week and then go play Georgia, that's bullshit. That's got to stop. Kirby's got to put a stop to that and stand up for us, because that ain't fair. But that's the game that worries me. So I picked Georgia to go 10-2. I originally picked them to lose to Auburn. Before that game, I changed my pick. I still think we're going to go 10-2. And, I can't guarantee you it's a Georgia Tech game or anything like that. But if I had to put my finger on one, that Georgia Tech game is the one that worries me the most. All right, this is coming real close to being a 40-minute video. I'm sorry. It's been a couple of weeks since I got to talk to you guys, so I wanted to put it all out there. Love you guys. Go Dogs. Have a good week. We'll be back in, let me think about this. I'm going to be back to do something this week now that I'm feeling better. I feel terrible that I missed you guys for 3 weeks. I could not talk. Could not have made it through a 40-minute video. No way. So we'll be back to talk about something this week, Georgia football. Love you guys. Go Dogs. Have a good week. See y'all.